Hey y'all, Eliana with Why Not Redesign. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here today. And today on the final video of 2021, I will be taking you through the redesign of a desk that I did with Lilly Moon Paint. Wonderful paint. I'm here to 100% endorse it and will continue to use it as much as I can. Loved everything about it. I will tell you more about it throughout the video, but I also want to thank here my Instagram community. For those of you who are part of it, I appreciate you. Thank you for your support during this hard month of December. At the end of the video, you will see why it has been so hard for me among some health concerns that I had early on. My dad passed away mid-month, so my community embraced me and supported me and gave me the biggest hug that I ever needed. So I'm here to thank you guys for all of the support that continues to come in every single day, and tell you that I am forever grateful for all of you. So let me take you through this last piece. I'm here with it, and let's have some fun. The craziest part about all of this thing is that this started off as a vanity, but the mirror broke. So, oh well. I began by cleaning the piece very thoroughly, and it was disgusting. This has been one of the dirtiest ones that I've done. I decided that I wanted to sand down the top and leave it bare. I know that this wood is a good wood and that normally stained, these pieces look very nice. So I used my surf prep to make sure that I didn't have any rough edges and that I wasn't going to hurt the wood at all. I am sanding this down with a 100 grit paper, and it's coming off rather easily. Actually, might look like I'm struggling here, but I'm not. Here's how the top ended up after I finished it, and then I decided that I was going to also sand down completely the fat legs. I love this beautiful desk because of those legs. They look so pretty painted or even stained or any way that you want to. So I sanded them bare. I also gave the entire piece a good scuff with the sanding, and the drawers as well. I'm removing the hardware here and cleaning them. The hardware that I removed from this had left some ring marks on there. So what I'm doing here is I'm adding some mud. That way I can make sure that those rings don't show through, because I am going to be changing the hardware on this. And one trick that I can tell you guys right now immediately as I'm doing this is I remove it from the outside of the holes or indentations that do not need it, and that makes it a lot easier when you go back and scuff sand again. Here's the rings that I was telling you about, and that is just, you know, from the hardware being tight on there. I also decided that I wanted to over the paint, basically I wanted to show a lot of the stain because I was going to be sanding back or distressing, and so I decided to give the entire piece a coat of stain. And here I am already applying the paint. This is the first coat, and let me tell you guys, this paint is amazing. This paint, after I applied it, the next day after I did this first coat, I had to go to my eye appointment, and this is when my doctor said that my glaucoma was spiking. So glaucoma is basically the pressure of your eyes. It is not something that you can measure. There's nothing that you feel when it's happening. The first time that it happened to me, I was 15 years old, and so I go back every 3 months. Anyways, here's me showing you how much I use with one coat for the entire desk. Absolutely almost nothing. I think it was probably an ounce of the can that I use. Here I am doing the second coat, but before I go back, what I was telling you before was that the paint with just one coat almost felt like it didn't even need the second coat. I still went ahead and put a second coat on this, and this is after a few days because I needed to rest after my doctor said that I needed to rest. So I did a second coat, and after the second coat, I actually sent a message through Instagram to the company and told them, I asked them if this paint was a all-in-one paint, because the paint was so well stuck to the piece. And I say stuck because that's what it felt like. It felt like it was just so, the adhesion is so good that I thought it was an all-in-one paint, and I was asking if I needed to actually put a top coat on it. And to my surprise, she said it's not a all-in-one. And so I told them, hey, y'all need to look into it because this is really good. You're probably just maybe 10% away from being an all-in-one paint. I'm amazed. And this is after how much I've used after doing 2 coats. So literally I am probably I maybe use 1/4 of the can after 2 very good coats of paint. I want this desk to have, you know, little things here and there that are probably something that I don't normally do on all my pieces, but because this is a small piece, I want my customer to have a surprise, if you will. And so I am applying a transfer on all of the drawers on both sides. I want to make sure that everything looks kind of nice and modern, and not all pink at the same time. So the surprise will be that this beautiful transfer will be on there, but it's not just pink. It's not too girly. I want this to be perhaps a vanity for someone, maybe a makeup vanity. So the transfer that I chose is a little bit more adult, perhaps. I think it's very pretty though. So here I am applying it, and this is what it looks like. Don't you guys love it? Keep in mind, I still have not top coated the paint, and I'm gonna go into something here to show you guys how well this paint is adhered to this piece because it took me quite some time to actually distress it. I'm finishing up the rest of the drawers here. These little things right here that I'm showing you are furniture holders, and basically they go on that piece right there. That one was missing, so I'm showing you how I apply it onto the piece. And basically what it is a stopper, and it will hold the drawer from going in all the way. I always make sure that all of those are there, and that the piece is in perfect working condition. This piece is actually going to be for sale. So here I am trying to distress this piece. I normally use a 220 grit, and I use a sanding pad. This is not happening on this piece. This is what I'm trying to show here, and I hope that I'm showing. I am sanding very, very hard, and I decided this is not working out for me, so I ended up going back to my surf prep. The surf prep had a 100 grit paper, and as you can see, I'm having to go over several times over the piece because it was still not coming off. Look, it's just not coming off. Then I decided that on this particular drawer, I removed too much. So I put a little bit more of paint on there, allowed it to dry, and came back and re-distressed that one particular drawer. I also was kind of sort of testing with one coat how the distress back would be again. And here I am doing it again, and I'm telling you, I had a hard time distressing this piece, which actually speaks volumes of the paint, which is the reason why I'm doing this video. So, way to go, Lilly Moon. On the casters of this, I use some gilding waxes, and I combined two. One is gold and one is called apricot. And as you can see, the old casters, that's how they look, and that's how they look after I applied the gilding wax on the wheel caster, on the metal part. And here I am adding those back on. I am now applying top coat with my round brush, my round zebra brush, which, by the way, I will have a 10% discount code for you guys to use for your zebra brushes. How exciting is that? Make sure that you go into the information of this video and you will see the code there. Because this is a desk, I ended up giving the entire thing 2 good coats of top coat, because I want to make sure that it's durable for whoever uses it. So right here you still see that the top is bare, right? Well, after I applied the top coat on that beautiful bare wood, several watermarks came up. I don't know where they came from because they didn't show when I was sanding and after I finished sanding, but they showed up, so I decided that I needed to paint the top of it. I think I captured that over here as well. There I am putting some top coat on it, and I think this is the part where we will show you those watermarks. This is the hardware that I will be using on this beautiful desk, brand new. It's a crystal flower, so we're going with a flower theme here. How cool are those? There's the watermarks. Hideous. So I decided that the only thing to do was to paint this top. And this time I am using my Zebra Palm Pro. Zebra has different brushes that you can use, and I love every single one of them. They are so dense and so easy to use and clean. I love them. In addition to the transfers that I put on this desk, I also make sure that I line the inside of the drawers. When after sanding them, they're still not completely clean the way that I like them. And this desk is definitely an antique desk, so it's been used for quite some time and it just needs all the help that I can give it. I'm showing you here some of the tricks that I use to make sure that those liners are perfect, and it doesn't take me too long to do them. I flip the drawer first and sand over, or just kind of like mold over the size of it, then I cut it with scissors, then I repeat times however many drawers there are. This is paper, so I am putting in some glue, lining it. It fits in perfectly. And then I always use top coat, and I do 2 coats of top coat over the paper to make sure that it's protected and that is not gonna tear on the user. After the 2 coats of paint, I am here now distressing and will be top coating the top. I give it 3 coats of top coat for added protection. So let's remember how this piece used to look, and here's what it looks like now. Lilly Moon Paint gets a 100% from me. This is a magnificent paint. The adhesion was amazing. The color is absolutely beautiful. This color is called Julia, or Julia as the owner would say, and it is a color that was made for her grandmother after her grandmother, and I can absolutely see all of the vintage and beautiful vibes. The pink is just one that I've never seen before. It's absolutely beautiful. My daughter even said, "Mom, this pink is just amazing." And with all of the added details like the transfer and the paper inside the drawers, the new hardware, I think this piece turned out absolutely gorgeous. It was well worth the time and all of the time that I put into it, but all the time that I had to wait to finish it as well. What do you guys think of the transfers? And tell me what you think about the wallpaper inside of the drawers. Tell me what your thoughts are. I'm absolutely in love with it. This piece, like I said, is available for sale, so if you are interested in it, please message me, because it will be available in my Etsy shop, on my Instagram and Facebook shops, and locally. And I am in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's gorgeous, isn't it? I love all the details. The distressing was just right. The transfers look amazing. And that color. Let's just talk about that color. Here's some still shots. You guys, thank you for sticking with me. Again, thank you to all of my community for your support. And let's hit 2022 out of the ballpark. I'm dedicating this video to my daddy. I will miss you forever, Dad.